Mobile High Definition Link is an industry standard for a mobile audio-video interface that allows consumers to connect mobile phones, tablets, and other portable consumer electronics devices to high-definition televisions and audio receivers. The MHL 3.0 standard supports up to 4K high-definition video and 7.1 surround sound audio, including TrueHD and DTS-HD, while simultaneously charging the connected device. MHL-enabled products include adapters, automotive accessories, AV receivers, Blu-ray disc players, cables, DTVs, media sticks, monitors, projectors, smartphones, tablets, TV accessories, and more. MHL was developed by the MHL Consortium, a consortium made up of leading companies in the mobile and CE space that includes Nokia, Samsung, Silicon Image, Sony, and Toshiba. History: Silicon Image originally demonstrated a mobile interconnect, based on its transition-minimized differential signaling technology, at the January 2008 Consumer Electronics Show. This interface was termed Mobile High Definition Link at the time of the demonstration, and is a direct precursor of the implementation announced by the MHL Consortium. The company is quoted as saying it did not ship that original technology in any volume, but used it as a way to get the working group started. MHL, LLC is the agent for overseeing the licensing and promotion of the MHL specification. A working group was announced in September 2009. The MHL Consortium was founded in April 2010 by Nokia, Samsung, Silicon Image, Sony and Toshiba. The MHL specification version 1.0 was released in June 2010 and May 2011 marked the first retail availability of MHL-enabled products. An abridged version of the specification was made available for download on April 14, 2010. MHL specification version 1.0 was released in June 2010. The compliance test specification was announced on December 21, 2010. There are now more than 400 million MHL products developed by the growing base of more than 200 global adopters. One area that is beginning to embrace the technology is the automotive sector, with manufacturers such as Hyundai, JVC Kenwood and Pioneer viewing MHL as a compelling solution to integrate the phone into the car infotainment experience. Overview: MHL is an adaptation of HDMI intended for mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. While not compatible with HDMI in the way DVI is, MHL has several aspects in common with HDMI. High-definition video in 8-channel surround sound. Encrypted video and audio via high-bandwidth digital content protection. Transition-minimized differential signaling for video, audio, and auxiliary data. 5-volt DC power on the cable. HDMI CEC control of remote devices. To better accommodate the needs of mobile devices, MHL differs from HDMI as follows. 5 wires in place of HDMI's 19, namely ground, power, control, and a differential pair for data. This permits a much lighter cable and a much smaller connector on the mobile device. Whereas HDMI uses the power line to provide 5 volts from the source at 50 mA for the purpose of awakening a sleeping sink, MHL uses it to provide that voltage from the sink at 900 mA to maintain the state of charge of the source. This allows a mobile device with only one port for both charging and MHL to operate indefinitely without exhausting the battery, provided 4.5 W is sufficient. Devices needing more power from the port used for MHL may not be suitable candidates for MHL 2.0. MHL 3.0 raises the power requirement to 2A. Although MHL ports can be dedicated to MHL alone, the standard is designed to permit port sharing with the most commonly used ports. A typical MHL source will be shared with USB 2.0 on a standard 5-pin micro USB receptacle, which switches from USB to MHL when it recognizes an MHL qualified sync detected on the control wire. A typical MHL sync will be shared with HDMI on a standard 19-pin HDMI receptacle. The standard uses the same pins for power and ground, HDMI's hot plug detect for MHL control, and HDMI's data O channel for MHL's data. whereas HDMI transmits the 3 bytes of a pixel in parallel over 3 physically separate differential pairs along with a 4th pair for a clock, with a separate ground for each pair. MHL transmits them sequentially over the 1 pair. Whereas HDMI uses 5 wires to cater for HDMI CEC, DDC, and HEC, MHL controls these functions with a single wire. In normal mode, MHL supplies the same 24-bit color signal as HDMI, at a pixel clock rate of up to 75 MHz for MHL 2.0, sufficient for 1080i and 720p. Each of the 3 bytes is in a 10-bit frame. Once at 75 MHz, the data channel operates at 2.25 bits. MHL 2.0 caters for 1080p with a packed pixel mode utilizing only the first 2 of HDMI's 3 channels. This shrinks each pixel to 16 bits carried in 2 10-bit frames. The pixel clock is doubled to 150 MHz and the data channel then operates at 3 bits. MHL serial signaling makes it incompatible with the 3-channel parallel signaling of HDMI and DVI. Hence both ends of an MHL channel must implement the standard in full. In particular, an MHL source cannot drive an ordinary HDMI or DVI display, though this limitation is easily overcome with an MHL dongle converting MHL to HDMI. An MHL source must be realized in hardware, as the typical 5-pin USB 2.0 port on mobile devices is much too slow at 48 bits for a software-only implementation. MHL 3.0 features. On August 20, 2013, MHL announced its 3.0 specification to address the latest consumer requirements for connecting a mobile device to displays, marking major advancements in the areas of audio and video transmission over an MHL link. The first devices to include the specification are the Sony Xperia Tablet Z2 and the Sony Xperia Z2. At Mobile World Congress 2014, Silicon Image demoed MHL 3.0 powered by its CI8620 transmitter chip. Features of the MHL 3.0 specification include a 4K, support of 4K formats up to 3840, 2160 at 30 Hz. Simultaneous high-speed data channel, improved remote control protocol with new commands, HID support for peripherals such as a touchscreen, keyboard and mouse, higher power charging up to 10 AW, backward compatible with MHL1 and MHL2, latest HDCP 2.2 content protection, enhanced 7.1 surround sound with Dolby TrueHD and DTS-HD, connector agnostic uses as few as 5 pins, support for simultaneous multiple displays, MHL1 and MHL2. The TV provides power to the connected device, uses a single, thin cable to connect the mobile device to the TV. The TV remote will control the connected device with guaranteed mixed manufacturer interoperability. Note: the built-in remote control protocol function allows you to use the remote control of the TV to operate the MHL mobile device through CHVA unregistered trademark S consumer electronics control function. 1080p uncompressed HD video. 8-channel uncompressed audio. Supports high-bandwidth digital content protection. MHL is connection agnostic. The first implementations used the 5-pin MHL USB connector described below. Other proprietary and custom connections are also allowed. By transporting the digital content in digital form, the full impact of the picture can be seen on TVs. Comparison with SlimPort/Mobility DisplayPort. SlimPort is a proprietary alternative to MHL, based on the DisplayPort standard integrated into common micro USB ports. SlimPort is offered both license and royalty-free, and supports up to 1080p 60 or 1080p 30 with 3D content over HDMI 1.4, in addition to support for DVI, VGA, and DisplayPort. Like MHL, SlimPort does not require external power or extra cables and draws no power from the source to operate. Connectors. Standard micro USB to HDMI adapter. The first implementations use the most popular mobile connection and the most popular TV connection. Other than the physical connectors, USB and HDMI technology are not being used. It is exclusively MHL signaling through the connectors and over the cable. Samsung Micro USB to HDMI adapter and tip. The Samsung Galaxy S3, and later Galaxy Note 2 and Galaxy S4, use an 11-pin connector and the 6 additional connector pins in order to achieve functional improvements over the 5-pin design. However, if consumers have a standard MHL to HDMI adapter, all they need to purchase is a tip. With the launch of the Samsung Galaxy S4, Samsung also released a Samsung 2.0 Smart Adapter with a built-in 11-pin connector. Samsung 2.0 Smart Adapter does require external power and is able to work with HDMI TVs. MHL Passive Cable. Passive cables allow consumers to connect an MHL-enabled device directly to an MHL TV and does not require external power. And above all, the passive cable simultaneously charges your cell phone battery while mirroring. Unlike older MHL adapter and older MHL cables, the battery of your cell phone is charged up instead of being drained out, while screen mirroring via a MHL passive cable with a MHL-enabled HDTV. Products announcements. MHL announced on August 20, 2013 the MHL 3.0 specification with major advancements for mobile and CE connectivity. MHL announced on August 26, 2013 its MHL Experience program with Sega, PowerA, Nyko, Mobi Systems, Green Throttle and Film on TV. MHL announced on May 28, 2013 that it had reached 200 adopter milestone. Samsung March 14, 2013. Samsung released Galaxy S4 with MHL 2.0, HTC February 19, 2013. HTC released the new HTC One with MHL. MHL announced on January 7, 2013 that there was an installed base of more than 220 million products and greater than 200 products in the marketplace. Hyundai announced on January 4, 2013 that it would be showing working versions of future vehicle infotainment systems, including MHL technology. Silicon Image expanded its MHL product line with 4 new products that included the latest MHL 2.0 features on September 25, 2012. Roku unveiled the Roku streaming stick on January 4, 2012 in an official blog post entitled Theory a unregistered trademark as a better way to build a smart TV. The streaming stick is said to include everything comprised in a Roku player, a built-in Wi-Fi processor, memory and software, and will deliver all the channels found on the Roku platform today. LG Electronics available on December 4, 2011. AT&T Wireless and LG Electronics Nitro HD/Optimus LTE, a TrueHD IPS panel display on the device with MHL output abilities for any TV equipped with HDMI input. HTC announced at the 2011 CTIA that their EVO 3D mobile device supports MHL output, and in addition that the HTC Sensation will also have this capability, as well as its successor, the Sensation XE. The HTC Resound, which is a sister device to the Sensation XE, also has the MHL port. Samsung announced at the 2011 Mobile World Congress that their Galaxy S2 mobile devices feature MHL connections. Onco and Silicon Image announced the world's first AV receivers featuring InstaPreview and MHL technologies. See also, Miracast, Slimport, also known as MyDP, references. External links, MHL Adopter website, MHL Consumer website, MHL Consumer Twitter page, MHL Consumer Facebook page, MHL Google Plus page, MHL Technology Twitter page, MHL YouTube.